point of view. A world in which there is a very real prospect of a new world order.
The new world order does not mean surrendering our national sovereignty or forfeiting our interests.
And if you'll buy that.
He took an oath to defend the Constitution of the United States of America. By some, he's been called controversial.
How can I convince you when you're eager to hear? You turn your heart away from me each time when I've gone here. Your eyes are just to meet with my they glance away in fear. Now, keep in mind that some of my guests have been approached by Homeland Security or FBI saying, why are you going over Clay Douglas show?
My message to those guys, if they're listening this morning, is go get a cup of coffee. Maybe you'll learn something.
We both took the same oath. Yeah, to defend the Constitution against all enemies, foreign and domestic. I don't recall there being an expiration date on that.
He is the free American, Clay Douglas. That's the Free American, weekdays at 7 a.m. Pacific, 10 a.m. Eastern.
Every time I think about it, damn it, and that, the anger makes me inside me till I'm almost overcome. I want to tear the moon down to the sky and drop the sun.
For the podcast and more details, visit www.freeamerican.com or catch the podcast by phone by calling 832-999-8621.
All right, good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another edition of the Free American. I don't know what the number is, but I've been doing it for a little over 20 years, so you can hear a lot of the shows up on freeamerican.com on the archive page, recently archived shows, and some in the past. Might check it out. A lot of the people that I've interviewed are gone or just gotten too old to do it anymore, but it kind of brings me to my guest. I was just talking with my guest today is Cindy Lane Ross, Bodies by Cindy, and Cindy's a highly recognized leader in the fitness industry, and with her collegiate professional tennis career. She was living with arthritis for 11 years, having over 20 surgeries, losing her mother and to Scleroderma, and a brother to type 1 diabetes. Through her own self-discovery, Cindy shows great fortitude and is ready to motivate and instill the principles necessary to succeed in your corporation, studio body, or civic group. Now, I was talking with Cindy off the air, and I've been doing this for 20 years, telling you about all the things that are wrong with the government, all the things that are wrong with people. I talk about all the things that you're not supposed to talk about in public, politics and religion. And it can get kind of depressing. But I've also told you that the media, mainstream media, and even the Patriot Radio, they want you to be afraid. This is a way to manipulate you, drive you into a corner, get you off on the wrong path. And I've also said, in opposing the New World Order, I came up with a concept called the Liberty Village concept, which is pretty simple. Grow your own food, generate your own power, and then you don't need the government or the banks or the churches for nothing. You know, every time I walk out that door, I'm in my church. And whoops, hold on here. How did we lose that? Did I lose you, Cindy?
You lost me.
Okay, I don't know quite what happened here. Let's see, I've lost Blog Talk too. Let me bring that back on. We got disconnected
we were talking
here.
and then it just went away.
Yeah, just a moment here.
Welcome to Blog Talk Radio. Please enter. I'm sorry, but I did not hear you press at least 4 digits of your PIN number.
Oops.
The PIN you entered does not match.
Thank you for using Blog Talk Radio. Goodbye.
Hold on just a second. We got to get everything back up. It was selective in my losses here.
Welcome to Blog Talk Radio. Please enter your...
To start your show now, press 1.
Since it appears you're calling back into a live show, we're reconnecting you now.
Alright, sorry about that, ladies and gentlemen. Hold on just a moment. And we will be right with you. My guest today is Cindy Lane Ross. And as I was just saying before we got disconnected, I'm really happy to bring you to this. I've told you how you could really fight the New World Order by providing your own food, growing your own food, providing your own energy from everything God gave you. Now we're going to take it a step further and narrow it down a little bit, because if you are healthy, if you do the right thing, then you recreate yourself here. I believe that's where true happiness just lies. Cindy, I've got something. I got to run outside here for just a second, and I want to give you the floor here to introduce yourself and tell everybody what's going on.
All right. Thanks for having me, Clayton. My name is Cindy Ross, and I live in Mobile, Alabama, which is on the Gulf Coast. And I got started into fitness about, it's been part of my life pretty much since I was about 11 years old, playing tennis. And it truly became my passion to help people when I lost my mom and I lost my brother to health-related illnesses that could be controlled by diet, nutrition, and exercise. And, myself living with rheumatoid arthritis, it's definitely become a lifestyle that I've created, every single day. It becomes a habit, and I treat my arthritis through, good nutrition and exercise on a daily basis. And, I also do have to take drugs, but I am in remission on drugs, if that makes sense, just because of the way that I do handle my lifestyle. And I own Bodies by Cindy, which is a health and fitness center here in Mobile, Alabama, and we see clients that are mostly referred over by doctors, rheumatologists, endocrinologists. We see a lot of people with amputees, maybe collateral knee replacements, people that have ailments. Because my whole philosophy is it's about the quality of your life. What's it all worth if you don't have good quality of life? And that's what we give back to our clients, is that good quality of life to where they're able to enjoy their retirement years with their grandkids, or, take that trip with their husband and go hiking that they've never been able to do before. And that's what I do. That's what my mission is, to give a good quality of life back.
Well, I've been doing, like I said, the show for a long time, and I am not a very big fan of pharmaceutical companies, not a very big fan of doctors, because doctors don't make any money off of you if you're well.
That's exactly right.
And, the old adage, a physician heal thyself, I think applies to every one of us.
That's exactly right.
Go ahead.
The meds, if you can avoid them, and mostly, I would say probably 85% of my clientele that works through the studio, most of their ailments can be controlled through diet and exercise, and they are on a lot of amounts of medicines, which is not necessary.
There is so much natural healing. A gentleman I had on my show 20 years ago put out a little audio tape, cassette tape at the time, called Dead Doctors Don't Lie.
I know it well.
And he said that we're just shy on vitamins, we're shy on minerals. If we have the trace minerals, if we're eating the right food, non-genetically modified stuff, stuff that you can grow in your backyard and hydroponics in your garage, you don't get sick. I mean,
what it is most people, I think in the South especially, we eat so many processed and high-fat foods that you're stripping your body down of these minerals and the trace minerals that he talks about, and the Dead Doctors Don't Lie. And you're stripping your body down, and so therefore we're getting sick, and especially women, we're getting autoimmune diseases and things that aren't happening 30, 40 years ago, and it's an epidemic.
I have a biochemist friend of mine out of Albuquerque. She created a line of minerals for me at one time when my magazine was going pretty full scale. And her bottle of minerals, unlike Dr. Wallach's minerals, which we referred to as dinosaur dung, because it tasted so horrible, she had some really good tasting minerals. And she said one of her ingredients she had to get from prehistoric plants. It was called fulvic acid. And actually there's one plant today that produces fulvic acid, but it's illegal, so I can't recommend that you do it, because the hemp goes so deep into the ground, the roots go so deep, that it pulls out minerals that have been stripped from our soil by pesticides, by spraying, by aluminum, whatever you want to talk about. And this fulvic acid restores cellular damage. So if you can get it, if you can eat the right food, and maybe if you clean up your own soil or do things hydroponically, you get it. I mean, it's just eating the right food.
It is. I mean, I would say, probably 90% of your health is going to be controlled through your nutrition. I mean, absolutely 100%. 2.5 years ago, my rheumatoid arthritis was attacking the corneas of my eyes. I cut out gluten, and eating gluten is a big craze right now, but, a lot of doctors want to disagree and say, there's really not any studies that's shown any evidence that's proven. But I can tell you that it definitely cleared my eyes up. I would say almost 100%. I mean, I was at the point to where I was, headed to a specialist to have another eye surgery done, cut gluten out, and the doctors are asking me what I was doing, because I'm 100% better.
And the gluten's found in wheat, isn't it?
It is. It is. It's found in so many products that people don't realize that there's gluten in. I mean, this is as much as even, you know, we were at a Mardi Gras ball and, you know, having a little bit of vodka, and I never drink vodka, but it was in one of the drinks that I had, and who knew that there was gluten in vodka? And I mean, there's gluten in gum, there's gluten in, I mean, just so many different things that you would never imagine that it's in, and it can harm you. I mean, people that don't, you know, that think, okay, it's just for people that have celiac disease. It's not. I mean, there's gluten-sensitive people out there that, you know, they're holding extra belly weight, they're having lack of energy, and they're not realizing that, hey, it could be what I'm putting in my body. And, you know, a lot of it is nutrition.
Now, excuse me for sliding back into my conspiracy theory mode, but with the genetically modified foods, which are being promoted by Monsanto, that's the same people that gave us Agent Orange and Roundup. It's it seems to me that they are really trying to kill us out there. I mean, it's a slow kill. You may not notice it until you're 65, but if you're eating this genetically modified foods, or just the wheat with the gluten in it, you're killing yourself slowly but surely.
You're exactly right. I mean, by the time you realize it, you're going to have so many different ailments. You're not going to be able to nail it down exactly where it came from. But I always say, if you do everything in your power to be healthy and do the right things, you're going to end up on the good side of it. It's baby steps, and nutrition is the hardest thing to get people. I would say that, you know, probably 85-90% of my clients, they don't get the nutrition part of it until about 3 months into the program, just because it is the hardest concept to get. We're not raised to eat the foods, especially my era. I mean, my mom brought us up. My mom, awesome mom, but she didn't really know how to cook. Mostly everything came out of boxed foods. It was all processed foods because it was quick and easy, and, you know, having 3 kids and my dad working, it was the easy thing, and I think a lot of people were brought up that way. I don't think that I ever really ate vegetables until I was in my mid-20s. So and I'm not alone. I hear it every day. So I know that it is one of the hardest things to get.
Now, I've been doing stories and talking about this for a long time, and that's the whole hemp revolution. I financed a friend of mine by the name of Jack Harrop, who wrote a book called Emperor Wears No Clothes, and he talked about the conspiracy to steal marijuana from us, to steal hemp, you know, because as Rockefeller said, competition's a sin. Rockefeller supplied the oil to the DuPonts, who made the nylon and rayon, so we didn't need hemp ropes anymore. And we got 10,000 products made out of hemp. And many of those products now we're finding out the THC may get you high, but the CDBs in hemp seeds, hemp oil, hemp soap. I mean, you can make so many things out of it, and it's good for you. It's really good for you. The CDBs are incredible. I've got a whole thing attached on my website. You can find out how really healthy that is, and maybe that's why it's illegal. Either that, or I have another theory that I'm working on. I think they were afraid we might use those hemp ropes to hang the bastards, but that that may not be entirely accurate. I guess we could still hang them as a nylon rope; it just wouldn't have the same effect. But you know, again, this is part of the health thing. If my friend Jack Harrah told me, you know, if you could take one thing with you to a deserted island, if you knew you were going to be sent to a deserted island, and you could only take one thing with you, what would you take? What should you take? And his answer was a hemp seed, because with that you could make your food, you could make your clothing, you could make your, you could make the paper to put in a bottle to send off. It's an incredible plant of renown, I believe, spoke about in the Bible. But again, they don't want us to have that. And the other thing, the television, I say they don't call it programming for nothing. And you can watch all these beautiful people on television making the big bucks. But if you sit and watch those people, you don't get the exercise. Now, I've got up on my website, Your Transformation. You lost, what, about 100 pounds?
Yeah, 110 pounds. I sure did.
And
I'd always been fit. I didn't exercise my whole life, but then I think we all hit those bumps in life where, not everything's going your way. I had like my 15th surgery. My mom was dying, and I just fell into a slump. I gained 100 pounds in a year. And, it was one of the best things I ever did, Clayton, because I'm able to have empathy for my clients. I've been there. I understand. I'm not just a skinny little personal trainer that doesn't understand. I do. I get it. And so, I'm glad because I was able to write a book on it about the cycle of food addiction. And I think anybody that, ever really battled their weight, has a touch of food addiction. It's as bad as a drug addiction. And we have to have that happy relationship with food. And it's tough to get.
Well, I don't watch television, but I'm still fairly isolated, and I do write books, and I do publish magazines, and I do this radio show, and so I sit a lot. And I've gained about 50 pounds here in the last year because I'm not getting the exercise. I mean, before I had an accident. And put that in parentheses. But after the accident, I lost my lifestyle. I mean, I was out on the boats. I was fishing, deep sea fishing. I was swimming. I was diving. I was totally active. And I stayed at about 250 pounds for 10 years, 20 years.
And then your lifestyle changed?
Yeah, the lifestyle changed. I still did the radio shows, and I still published the magazine. I still sat at the computer, but, by the time the show was over, I was out on the boat.
It's easy. I think we all fall into those slumps like that. It becomes like, I talk about this all the time, like, if you don't exercise today, it's a little bit easier not to do it tomorrow. And then by the time that you realize that it's been a week, and then that week turns into a month, and that's how it starts. It's a cycle. It's a vicious cycle. It's hard to get out of.
Well, it is, and I know, I actually wrote short stories about this 50 years ago about, somebody that was put in the hospital, and by the time he got out of the hospital, he was in better shape than he went in because he exercised. He exercised in bed. He exercised on the floor. And I know I've done it before. I used to work out of bars and rings. I went from 145 pounds when I got out of the Army to 220 of solid muscle. So I know what you can do. I know what the body is. And it's still, I still got a little bit of that left. Because, I don't go out to eat restaurants. And, I still have the, and pretty good health for being almost 68 years old.
Yeah, I think that's one of, I think that's one of the biggest obstacles I hear all the time is, what I eat if I'm going out to eat. And it's just about making the good decisions. It's easy when you're around the enablers that are like, it's okay, you've already worked out today, you can have this piece of cake or you can have this dessert. And that's like one of the hardest obstacles that I hear with my clients is, what I eat when I go out to eat. And it's just about making the wise choices. If you're at a restaurant that doesn't have anything healthy on the menu, you got to create your own and then just ask for it. So it is possible to do it.
Now, I watched a clip on one of your sites of you doing a television show, so congratulations, at least you've gone mainstream. and the healthy snacks that you put out. I mean, basically anybody could do it. I got fresh strawberries sitting over there, waiting on the end of the show for me to make something, one of your recipes up. I've got the all-natural peanut butter over there. So, and I got to tell you, you're just seeing the progress you made is it's inspiring to me, because I've been there, so I know I can go back. I know I can do that again. I know I can drop a couple of inches off of my waist size, and I know that I can put the muscles back on my arms that I used to have.
It's just about making like the simple changes. I mean, it's baby steps, and that's kind of what my show practices with. It's just the small, simple things. People don't realize, hey, it's this easy to eat healthy, and that's what my show is about. It's about breaking it down. Super simple. Just showing people, hey, it can be really tasty. It can be kid-friendly. It can be fast. It doesn't matter. We all have busy lives and busy schedules. And that is the whole premise of the show when I got approached to do it, was just to, make it as simple and easy to eat healthy as we possibly can.
Now, tell me about what do you do? I mean, I saw you on a mainstream television show. I guess that's Alabama, right?
It is. I have two, actually. I'm on Mondays and Wednesdays, 6:30 a.m. and also 12:30 p.m. It's Healthy Cooking Mondays and Workout Wednesdays with Bodies by Cindy. Been doing the show for about 30 years. I do a lot of things, Clayton. I'm a very busy woman. I just launched a health plan for the city of Mobile. We've been ranked amongst the 4th unhealthiest state in the U.S. for quite some time now, and one of the unhealthiest cities. So had a vision for a health plan for the city, proposed it to the mayor back in December. We launched it April 26th, and it's been incredible. So I stay really busy with that. And then also I have 2 clothing lines, one that's called Fit Plus Wear, and my partner and I have created a sweat-proof, waterproof pocket for your smartphone. And then I also have a joint therapy line that supports your joints with a 4-way compression that helps people with a lot of severe arthritis get back into the game, get back into being active.
A sweat-proof, waterproof pouch for your cell phone?
Yes, sir. It sits right on your hip side. You don't even know that it's there. And we have a type of compression material that it's really friendly for your joints. It also improves run times. And, we're in a lot of different states, and we've been picked up by a lot of different bloggers around the country, and it's doing really well. We launched it back in March.
Wow, I'm really interested in that. I'm doing my YouTube right now, and you can see I got my phone on my arm. I've got a little band that goes on my arm, but it worries me when I'm riding if it starts raining. It doesn't. It's not protected.
It's true. We created this out of a need, just because my partner and I are both athletes, and we literally, my partner down the floor created this by sewing a waterproof material onto some of her shorts, and then we made it happen. We turned it into an actual clothing line, and it has been very, very popular. And I think getting the word out there is, people, they don't realize that, okay, this was something simple that somebody just thought of because it was a need, and we've created, it's not even just friendly for your phone, it's friendly for, like, if you're traveling, passports, money, keeping it close in so you don't have to worry about any thieves. And then also, moms, for safety, if you're out and about, just being able to have your cell phone on you at all times. And so it's really cool, and it's such a great idea, and we've had a lot of fun with it so far.
All right, is that on Bodies by Cindy that we can see that?
Yeah, there's a link on it as well, and then also you can go to fitpluswear.com.
What is it again?
It's fitpluswear.com, FITPLUSWEAR. It's functional fitness clothing with a plus. And we go from extra small to triple X, because I wanted to be able to fit my plus-size women, and that's the majority of my clientele is overweight, so I wanted to make sure that we were able to make our overweight women feel sexy and look slimmer, because the compression on these pants that we have, that we've created.
Give me that one more time here. Fit Plus, I want to get this up on the website.
Yeah.
Fit Plus.
It's fitpluswear.com. FITPLUSWEAR. So Clayton, when you put these on, it's going to lift and shift in all the right places. That's what these pants do. They make you look two sizes smaller.
Cool. Well, if you want an endorsement, send me a pair. My address is send me a pair of one of the, and on the thing, and I'll put it up on the website, and I won't charge you anything for advertising.
I definitely will. I will send a pair your way.
All right, and maybe I could do a before and after picture for you.
Yeah, you know what? I'll give you a 2-for-1. I'll send you a pair of pants and a meal plan.
All right, I would like that. I've got a number of products up here on my website now, like Isogenics, and that's got energy and weight loss and a number of other things. And I love your website. I mean, it's like I'm talking to you while I'm talking to you. Hi, thanks for stopping by our website. Can I answer any question for you? Please leave your email and contact information so we can follow up for you. For faster and more personalized.
We're always available.
That's great. That's great. I've said, again, even your website is inspiring to me, because I've said, everybody reaches their own level of incompetence, and mine might be the internet. So
I have a lot of fun with it. That's one of my many businesses, is website design. So I have a lot of fun with it, and I think having that website to where you're hitting all fitness levels, they pop on, it's not intimidating. That was my goal when my husband and I were creating it. So I appreciate that feedback.
All right, let me pull this Fit Plus Aware up now. All right, I've got that, and I will get that up on the website here. All right, what about exercise? Now, I live in a 37-foot fifth wheel. I don't have a big living room to exercise in, but I can certainly do push-ups right there beside those stairs. I can certainly do some sit-ups and everything in the kitchen. Tell me about your exercise plan.
So what we're working on right now, and it's going to be live within the next month, is 420 videos. And in this videos, I'm creating a library. And you're going to be able to get an email every single day from me, and it's going to be 5 exercises paired together for a workout. And you can either make it 6 minutes or 30 minutes. And it's short, high-intensity workouts for all fitness levels, of course. Modifications needed if they're needed. And you're going to be able to do it in the convenience of your home, no gym membership required, no gym equipment needed, and you're going to get all the workout that you need, because you're going to be using your own body weight, simple exercises, and it's just about the intensity of it, how many repetitions we're doing, how many sets we're doing. Breaking it down, super easy, so even the person that has never worked out a day in their life, they can get it, and they can get on the bandwagon of working out every single day.
Well, sign me up. I am so ready to get back in shape again. When I found I had to go to a 44 from a 42 when I should be a 38, I got motivated. So all right. Well, I don't know. I think Homeland Security they may be a little bit disappointed that I'm not giving them any publicity today. And or maybe it's the whole this last weekend we had a march in Washington D.C. 10 million Americans were supposed to descend on Washington D.C. to remove Obama and a few congressmen that the organizer, Colonel Harry Riley, didn't like. And that was kind of a bust. I think maybe 100, 200 people showed up. Maybe they had a little bit more than that, but no more than the crowds that they had in Washington, D.C. on any weekend. And, you know, this is why, again, why I was, rather than report on that today, report on that bust, that failure, that I thought having you on and having this show on, I mean, it's really down, if you get down to it, what can we do about the World Bank in Brussels? Not much, but we can fix ourselves. We can make our lives better. We can, and if you're healthy, if you're at a fighting weight here, you know, and you start eating right, and you start learning how beneficial the exercise is for you, it's you can fix yourself, you know. And if you can fix yourself, then maybe you can fix your neighborhood. Maybe you can fix your town.
I think if everybody exercises on a daily basis, you get those feel good endorphins going. Everybody's going to feel better. They're going to treat people better. They're going to do good things. Have the energy to be productive. I think it's a win-win situation.
I do too. And I'd like to invite you to be on my show on a regular basis. And
I would love that.
I would like to. I'd like to do this. I mean, you know, somebody, one of the lady that actually booked you on my show, she said, "Well, Clay, you know, you don't look like a talk show host. You look like a movie star. You look like this." Well, I'm a little overweight to be a movie star, but if I drop 20 pounds and I start exercising again the way I've done most of my life, yeah, I can be awesome. And
I saw the picture. I think you're awesome.
You know, it's so. I'll make this my project for the month of June. I'll be 68 years old at the end of June. And I want to be an awesome 68. So,
yes,
for the next month or two, I want to work with you. I want to do your program. I want to model your clothes. I want to be able to. I want to have you on my show at least once every 2 weeks.
That sounds like a plan to me.
And we'll report on the, you know, I've got my cameras. I do this on YouTube. I mean, this whole show will be up on YouTube here in a couple hours. It's up on my Facebook site, Free American 69. And I want to, I've got an account with Amazon, so if you've got your book up on Amazon, we'll promote that through there.
Awesome.
I've got my own store on Amazon, so we can make this a nice little project.
That sounds great. It'd be my privilege to help you out.
All right. I have just subscribed. And it's not letting me subscribe here. Let me see. Phone number 520. Keeps telling me I got errors below.
Are you on one of my sites?
Yes, ma'am. I'm contact us for more information. Join our mailing list. It says I'm signing up on. I got a phone number here, 520-413-2397, and it just says there's an error below. Please enter a number.
Yeah, sometimes it doesn't like certain email addresses. I don't know why it does that. it doesn't like 3 of my email addresses. So.
Man, that's all right. I know the boss.
Are you on the Fit Plus Wear, Clayton?
What's that?
You on the Fit Plus Wear site?
Yeah, you just sign me up your list. So you put me on whatever clay@freeamerican.com. That works.
In there.
And I don't know why it doesn't like my phone number, but I'm resending the information and trying that. But I did bring up your clothing line here. I think I did.
All of our manufacturing is done in the USA, so it's been a plus for us.
Fit Plus USA, US Wear, fitpluswear.com. Okay.
That's it.
I've got that, and there's Revolution. No more bulky strap-on pouches, belt clips, bulky armbands. Now, what is does this for? And I see the picture of that. Is that on your arm, your knee, or what? Where does that phone go? Where's that holder go?
It goes right on your hips. Literally, it's right on that muscle between your thigh and your butt. Okay, so if it's nice and you know that you can squat, you can jump, you run, you can lay down to your abs, you can do push-ups, and it doesn't get in the way.
That's cool. I like that better. I mean, I've had this armband for years, but and my transportation is still a Harley, and sometimes it rains, so it'd be nice to not have to take off and hide my cell phone.
You don't have to worry about it. We always say it's a hands-free worry workout.
All right.
And we do have running shorts, and we do have a men's line as well. But for our first production, we just put up our women's line, so that's what you're going to see. But we do have men's as well.
Great. I'm waist is 44. My legs about 34, something like that. So 6'4". I'm still 6'4". Haven't shrunk much in my old age.
Well, that's good.
It's now. What about this exercise program? Tell me. Let's talk about that a little bit. What do you recommend? And
as far as exercising daily, I would recommend if you have, like I said, 6 minutes or 30 minutes or an hour. I think you should move every single day. The heart, it's a muscle. We need to work it out. We need to make sure that it's healthy, get the joints moving. But not only that, it's those feel-good endorphins that we want to get kicking. And I can definitely tell you, my husband can tell you that if I don't work out on a daily basis, he can tell, because it does. It increases my energy and my mood. So the program is designed. It's going to be designed for minimal amount of time, getting the most workout in for the person that is, has a busy schedule, has 3 kids, has to take the kids to soccer practice, has 2 jobs. It's going to be for every fitness level. And actually you can go online either to the bodybycindy.com or the cindylaneross.com site, and you'll be able to find it. But it is going to be a video library. You'll get 5 exercises per day. And it will come in a video format, so you'll be able to actually see how to do every exercise. Make sure that your form is correct. And using your own body weight, that is what it's all about. Because if you can maneuver your own body weight, hold it for a certain amount of time, do a lot of repetitions, you're going to build that tone that you want. You're not going to get all bulky, but you're going to have a nice tone.
Well, that's exactly what I need. That's exactly what I've been, what I did before. This is when you're climbing around on a boat, when you got to fly a bridge, when you've got, I did a lot of my, business as hey, hold on, I got a dolphin on the line out here. Be right back. No, that wasn't flipper, folks. I don't fish for flipper. And I spent a lot of time down in Miami, out on the Gulf Stream fishing, and when I came back to Texas, I ended up gravitating or navigating down to the third coast of the United States, the Gulf Coast.
Yeah.
We got a beach in Texas too. We got waves in Texas too.
I was just out on those beautiful beaches this weekend.
Yeah, I've had some good times in Alabama and Mississippi. I think it was Gulfport, Mississippi. They have a bike run down there. And
you know, I mean, like, we're always known for our prettiest beaches in the world, like Destin, Pensacola, that whole area. So we're very blessed to be down here, and that's why I always emphasize for people to get outside and utilize the parks and the beaches, because it is awesome here.
And this is you know, that was the theme of our show here. I think we've been following along with it pretty good. Getting your beach body ready, and
That's exactly right. It's time.
It's a great plan, and it's something I'm really going to enjoy working with you on. I think this is just kind of right down my alley. You know, I've been telling people how to improve the country, how to improve, you know, what to do about your politicians. I don't always recommend hanging them, but if I do, it's only after a fair trial. You know, but to be able to encourage you guys, and this ought to be a real interesting time here, because I do these shows every morning, 25 years, and I'm up on YouTube. You can go up. You can go to Free American, or you can go to my Facebook page and see the video. So you'll be able to watch the transformation.
I look forward to it. Clayton will handle your nutrition as well, so I will send you your meal plans. You will also have online nutrition access, to where the program includes, you'll be able to go in and actually input what foods you're eating, so I can see what you're doing, and then you're going to get grades on that. So you're going to be back in school for a little while, but you're actually going to get A through F based on what you put in, and then, you know, if you're getting below C's, you're going to be able to click those buttons to be able to see what you need to get those grades up to an A, because we want you to have all A's, of course. But it's a great tool, and we use it with our clients now, and it's been very successful.
Well, that's what we will do. And if you will send me banners, I'll put the banners up on the website now. If I do something, I do it all the way. I do it all the way. I don't hold back, and I don't take advertising. I don't take advertising, because if I don't know what the product is, if I don't know the people doing the product, I won't promote it. You can't pay me to promote it.
Exactly the same. I agree. You got to be careful what you put your name on.
That's right. And if you go to the Free American, you're going to get the truth. You're going to, and you know, again, I don't pull any punches. You know, the Constitution, I'm for the Constitution. I'm for the Bill of Rights. And, you know, I don't care what religion you are. First Amendment takes care of that. So you want to bang your head against that wailing wall and knock yourself out, I'll watch. I won't do it. You know, my name's not John Curry or John McCain. I ain't going to bang my head against that wailing wall. And if you want to get on your hands and knees, stick your nose in the dirt and your ass up in the air, if I'm in the neighborhood, I'll shoot a St. Bernard off of you. And if you're Christian and you want to get on your knees and pray to God for a Cadillac, I'll put in a good word. Maybe you won't drop it on top of your fat ass. So, but, you know, to try out a program, if you're willing to work with me and you're willing to be my guide on this, I will follow your instructions. I'll eat the right food. I'll do the exercises. And I'll tell people and show people what the results are.
Well, I appreciate that. I look forward to it.
It's going to be fun. It's going to be fun. Now, are there any other... now, we've actually got as much time as you want. I know you generally do an hour, and we've got about 10 minutes left in this hour for this video. If you want to stay for another hour, you're welcome to, but if you've got things to do, you can take off here in the next few minutes. After you tell people again everything that you need to get out here.
Well, yeah, I mean, of course I would love to stay, and I do have to get to work, but I would love to come on as much as you would like to have me. And, of course, I always love spreading my passion about fitness and nutrition. So, you know, I mean, you can find me on all the social media outlets out there. I'm on Facebook and Instagram and Pinterest and Twitter, LinkedIn. I'm kind of the social media queen around here. So that's what I do. You know, of course, I have all of my TV shows go up on YouTube as well, and I have 2 YouTube channels. If you go to my website, you can find all of that on thebodiesbycindy.com. And then the CindyLaneRoss.com is the one that's going to be all the exercise programs. So no matter where in the world you are, you can train with me online. We'll also have virtual training available as well, to where you can train with myself or some of my trainers actually live. So, Clayton, if you get stuck by yourself, you can, you know, literally through a webcam train with us live, and we can look and see what you're doing, your form, make sure you're doing everything correctly, and it's a great tool that we're excited to launch. And you can, you know, find me, of course, through the clothing companies, FitPlusWear.com, MedicalFitnessSolutions.com, and I think that's about it.
Well, it's certainly looking forward to trying out some of your menswear. Again, I'm at 44, but we may have to replace those after a month or so on your programs.
I can only hope so. So am I able to, you'll send me all your information so I can send you everything that you need?
Yes, ma'am. What more information? If you want to do a link on Facebook, I will put all your information up on my Facebook site. That's Free American 69. I have my YouTube site is Free American 69. This show will be up there after it's over here. And freeamerican.com is my website. We'll be doing Liberty Villages. I'll be updating that shortly. LibertyVillages.org. I'm just looking for the time and some of the connections. Again, that's going along with my theme, grow your own food, generate your own power. God gave all this to you. You got the sun and the wind. Use it. You know, we don't have to pay the power company so they can lease the top of that mountain to a Chinese company to build the big windmills so they can pipe it down to you and charge you more for green energy. We don't need to do that.
I agree. Yeah, it's I'm telling you, like, to all the listeners, it is through proper nutrition and exercise you can control most of the ailments that we're coming down with. High blood pressure, heart disease, type 2 diabetes. Those all can be controlled through your diet and nutrition.
That is just such a, that ought to be something. I mean, we've been telling people this over and over again. And that ought to be the good news. I mean, this is, I think most of the diseases we have. Now, tell me a little bit about this diabetes. Your brother died of diabetes, didn't he?
Yeah, my brother died of type 1 diabetes, and my father actually just, he's battling right now, losing his second leg to type 1 diabetes. So I am really passionate about it. Of course, type 1 diabetes, you know, it is hereditary most of the time. And, I mean, my whole family is pretty much stricken with it on my mom and my dad's side. I'm on the Diabetes Association board. I'm super passionate about helping people and raising awareness. But again, you know, even though it is type 1 diabetes, a lot of it can be controlled through good exercise and nutrition. I mean, you can maintain and do really well, even taking insulin. Type 2 diabetes, you know, that is usually because you have an unhealthy lifestyle and you're overweight and you're inactive. And so it is good news, like you said, that it can be controlled through diet and exercise. But the thing is, people are lazy and they just want to conform to whatever the doctor says and start taking the meds, and they just take it for what it is, and they don't ever think outside the box to change it.
Well, I tell people they don't call it programming for nothing. Television is probably the most unhealthy thing that we can do. If you're sitting watching TV, you ain't out exercising, you ain't playing in the trees, you ain't playing in the forest, you ain't swimming, and it's God. Watch a Super Bowl commercial. If you want to know, get an insight into the medical community. Remember, they don't make any money if you're well. So, and if you're watching the Super Bowl, every other commercial is for some type of drug, for some type of disease that they invented.
It's true. It's true.
And the first half of the commercial tells you, well, now, you know, if you take this, you could have a heart attack, you could get pneumonia, you could die from this, but be sure, and you know, before you take that Viagra, you should just check with your doctor to make sure you're healthy enough for sex. Oh my God!
You know, Clayton, there should be commercials out there just to get people healthy and active. There should be less medicines and more commercials on nutrition and fitness.
It's it. That's it. That's exactly what I want to do. You know. And again, I mean, you can't buy a commercial on my show for Paxil or Valium or Luvox or Viagra. You can't do that. I won't do that. I will provide you commercials showing you people that are exercising, that are eating right, telling you how to eat right, telling you how to grow your own food. That's what the Liberty Village concept is. You know, it's a matter, and this whole thing you could do, you could start, instead of starting a neighborhood watch, you could start a neighborhood exercise group, couldn't you?
It's true. I mean, my whole health plan I did with the city of Mobile, it's called One Step Mobile, and the whole concept, our mission statement is to empower the citizens of Mobile to take charge of their health through physical fitness and education. So what I did was I pretty much facilitated getting all the fitness centers in Mobile, all the hospitals in Mobile, everybody to give something for free, you know, whether it be a free class, a free lunch and learn, you know, learning about diabetes, learning about high blood pressure. And it has taken off like crazy, and it is something that we're so excited as a city to develop, but also I could see this going and being, you know, a One Fit Chicago, a One Fit Montgomery, a One Fit, and doing the same concept in every city, just to raise health and awareness about, you know, nutrition and fitness.
Well,
and taking it simple, just breaking it down, making it very simple.
I agree with that, and I'm working on my June issue of the Free American magazine. I'm actually devoting a lot of that to the whole UFO stories. We've got a lot of history on from the Disclosure Project, from government insiders. And I told people, you know, the reason the UFO thing is so top secret is because they don't want you to know that we could have lunch on the moon and be back in time for supper and not use a drop of gasoline. We actually have the technology. The Nazis had that technology. We got that technology. And those things flying around up there ain't using gasoline. And that's what they don't want you to know about. But you know, until one of them gives me a ride on the UFO, I'm not going to get too involved. And if you can make one, I want one that's a Harley hauler. I want to be able to, you know, jet over to Switzerland and ride the mountains over there on my Harley and just park the UFO. Well, yeah, we all got to have some kind of ambitions, right?
It was like a fun trip.
But I would like to, if you would send me, my email is clay@freeamerican.com, and if you would send me an email with a story about this fitness thing that we can do county by county.
That mainstream media won't tell you. At Truth Radio, you can listen live or listen to a large selection of archived programs. TruthRadio.com. The truth is out there.
All right, that's my one commercial here. And Cindy Lane Ross has been my guest today. Cindy, thanks again. Looking forward to working with you for the
Clayton,
whole
it was
next
my
year.
pleasure. I look forward to it as well.
All right, dear. Thank you very much.
Thanks for having me. Have a great day.
You too. Bye-bye now.
Bye-bye.
All right. What else we got here? Let me do